Hello and welcome to Megatrip. I'm Dom and this is the travel channel that inspires you to adventure. This time you join me in beautiful Kutaisi in Georgia, in kind of Western Asia, Western Central Asia. Anyway, check this place out. Absolutely stunning old town here on a Sunday morning. Anyway, here's what's coming up on this episode of Megatrip. Let's have a little look around. Maybe a little bit dangerous. I mean, Megatrip dangerous, not that dangerous. So we've hit a little bit of a snafu. Through the magic of editing, you now know more than I do about what's going to happen on this episode of Megatrip. But what can I tell you? Well, I can tell you we're here in the city of Kutaisi. We got in last night, flew in from Abu Dhabi. It was about a 3.5 hour flight on Wizz Air. And you know what? It's pretty beautiful. Have a little look at this. It's just a little roundabout main square here in the Old Town. Beautiful cobbled streets. Nice fountain. Sat over here. Of course, your obligatory McDonald's around the corner that you can't see. But anyway, like I said, we flew in last night. We're going to have a little adventure today. Don't know what's going to happen. But cue the music. So Kutaisi is the fourth most populated city here in Georgia. It's also one of the oldest inhabited settlements being founded, or continuously inhabited settlements being founded back in the 13th century. Let's have a little look around. I wasn't really sure what to expect coming down here to Kutaisi in Georgia, and in all honesty we flew in here because it's where the flights go from the UAE, or it's one of the places the flights go from the UAE. Nice little cheap flight over on Wizz Air, 3.5 hours. But there was one thing that I'd seen that I thought would be quite fun, a little bit different, maybe a little bit dangerous. I mean, Megatrip dangerous, not that dangerous. So we're going to head down to the river and we're going to take a slightly unusual form of transport here in Kutaisi in Georgia. As you walk around down here in Kutaisi, you see some real little hidden gems absolutely everywhere. So check out this little square I've just come across and look at this old building. Beautiful, stunning little courtyard nestled down here next to this cafe. Get yourself down here. Not a bad place to be. So we're getting to our next little bit of tourism to do here as we wander down towards what they call the White Bridge. And you can see that here, this old bridge over the Rioni River here in Kutaisi. And you might see on there a couple of clues about what we're going to do next. Now, why is it called the White Bridge? I don't know. Look it up on Google. Ask ChatGPT. But anyway, you do get to see the beautiful River Rioni. Look at this. Babbling brook plus. Stunning place, and here's a clue to what we're doing next. These little cabins. Let's go figure out this little cable car. Come on, Mega Tripper. So you walk in for a little park. I guess we're just looking for where we get on. Not a bad park. Let's have a little look. Is this where you get into the cable car? No, I don't think it is. So we've hit a little bit of a snafu. It's closed. only from 12 until 10. We'll have to come back for that one. It's a shame. Let's go have a look at where we could have gone from the river. These are the little cabins, little carriages, and they go all the way up there. Who knows? Maybe we'll come back and make it work in a future video. But still, not a bad view. So a little bit of a failure on the cable car this morning, and we're not going to take it because we've got something else to do once it hits 12 o'clock. But having a lovely little walk around Kutaisi, you can't beat the scenery. Everywhere you go, beautiful views. And you can see here, right up to the cathedral, just on the other side of the river as we walk back. It really is a nice old town, and it's dominated by a mix of architecture. You can tell it's a really old place. There's a few modern buildings, there's some post-Soviet architecture, but there's lots of quaint, cool little streets, lots of cafes, lots of bars. Get yourself down here, have a coffee, have an ice cream, have a beer, check out these views. It really doesn't stop down here in Kutaisi. Everywhere you go, there's something cool to look at. We've just wandered back down to the middle of town, and there's this cool multi-format sculpture here. Absolutely no idea what it is. I'll try and figure it out. But look at these beautiful combination of archways framing the sculpture behind. Absolutely stunning. I mean, I don't know what I expected when I came here. I thought ex-Soviet bloc country, be grey, be drab. Absolutely not. It is really beautiful, but you can see that ex-Soviet history everywhere. Check out on this carved mural here. You can see emblazoned the hammer and sickle, the symbol of the USSR. Beautiful place. You can always taste the history. It's glorious. Alright, dear Mega Tripper, so things have moved on a little bit. We're still in Kutaisi, but now we have picked ourselves up a rental car and we're having a little drive around. And our main stop today, before I get run over, is at the world famous Prometheus Cave. This is one of the big tourist attractions, one of the big draws here in Kutaisi. And they have loads of lovely snacks and sweets outside. Hello. Fresh local honey. What's this one? Oh, from here. So local fruit from the local stalls. What kind of fruit is there? Any figs? There we go. Georgian. Okay, so some Georgian fruit here at the Kutaisi Cave. It was like, yeah, I don't know what it is. Some kind of date. Very, very nice. At this point, we got absolutely charmed into buying some local juice and fruit. So that intro will have to wait a second. Okay, so let's carry on with the introduction to the Prometheus Cave. Like I said, we picked up a rental car. We drove about half an hour outside of Kutaisi and we drove to Prometheus Cave. And next, I guess, we're going to cut some footage of us going through it and me explaining what it's all about. Little secret, maybe. We might have already done that. Here you go. Here's Prometheus Cave. Welcome to the heart of Western Georgia, and deep beneath its limestone surface lies one of the country's most jaw-dropping natural wonders, Prometheus Cave. Now I know what you're thinking. Is this where Prometheus was chained up for stealing fire from the gods? Well, not quite. That's ancient Greek mythology, but the cave does borrow the name, probably because it feels just as epic down here. Discovered in 1984, Prometheus Cave stretches over 1.4 kilometers of accessible chambers filled with dramatic stalactites, stalagmites, and even underground rivers. And if you're lucky, you can take a short boat ride, just like we did, through one of its eerily beautiful subterranean lakes. Just don't drop your phone. Poseidon doesn't do returns. The lighting in here is like something out of a sci-fi film. Glowing blues, reds and greens that bring the formations to life. At times it feels less like a cave and more like nature's own nightclub. And what we're missing is a DJ and a disco ball made of crystals. The cave system itself is estimated to be millions of years old, slowly sculpted by water and time. Each drip, each shape is a geological story in slow motion. It's also refreshingly cool down here, especially coming in from the UAE. It's usually around 14 degrees Celsius, so if you're visiting in the summer, it's basically the planet's best natural air conditioning. Just bring a jacket or risk goosebumps in every shot. Back above ground, the surrounding area is a lush, green, full of legends. This region, Imereti, is packed with myth, history, and some of the friendliest people you'll ever meet. So, whether you're a cave geek, an adventure junkie, or just trying to escape the heat, Prometheus Cave is one of Georgia's true underground treasures. Just remember, don't touch the formations, don't wander off, and no, you still can't steal fire from the gods. Alright, well I hope you enjoyed the Prometheus Cave and our little boat ride at the end there. Just a little reminder, if you're enjoying this content, make sure that you like, comment and subscribe and tell a friend. So as ever, the orders are
like, comment, subscribe.
Anyway, that's kind of it from this episode of Megatrip. Join us next time as we tour more around the Georgian countryside here on Megatrip.